Hi, my name is Dr. Lander here at Advanced Animal Care in Richmond, Kentucky, and today we're going to be talking about dog nutrition. Ella, our marketing director, is going to ask me some questions.
All right, Dr. Lander, what is the right food to feed my dog?
Kind of depends on the life stage, whether it be a puppy, an adult, or even geriatric dog. I will say, especially as a puppy, ideally they're still nursing from their mom in the beginning. We may have to kind of transition to liquid, if not wet food diet. Here we have some. Now this is more given, it's calorie rich. That's what's really important in puppies if they're not nursing. And then this is a great canned food diet to kind of transition to if need be.
Okay, so what are the life stages of feeding my dog?
So like I said earlier, kind of jumped the gun there a little bit, but puppy, adult, and then geriatric, there's certain things to consider long term after that.
How do I wean my puppy and get them on regular food?
So weaning, especially by the time of like maybe even 4 or 5 weeks old, they can start weaning off of their mother's milk. If they need to still be on a liquid diet, that's not necessarily ideal. The ideal is maybe transitioning to a wet food diet, which still has a lot of moisture in it and still easy to eat.
Should I feed my dog on a schedule, and how do I know if my dog's nutrition is suffering?
So feeding them on a schedule is probably what's most common. I will say some dogs can be free-fed. Sometimes they just gorge themselves and they eat entirely too much. Then we run into conditions like bloat and obesity and all of that. So as a whole, kind of a schedule, maybe twice a day, just like we eat on a schedule, kind of the same for them. And the second part of that question, Ella?
How do I know if my dog's nutrition is suffering?
Okay, so I will say the veterinarian is probably the best one to kind of examine that, whether it be that they're obese, they're having joint issues, is their fur kind of dry, a dry coat really tells us maybe they are not getting the right oils and minerals in their diet, so those are really good indicators.
So how do I know if I'm feeding my dog too much?
So again, it's really good to be assessed by the veterinarian based on what's called body condition score. So we'll feel their hips and their ribs and overall just how they're doing at home. Are they really lethargic? Do they get winded really fast? It may tell us they're a little overweight. On the other side, if we can feel their ribs really prominently, their hips stick out, maybe they're not getting enough.
So what are the essential nutrients my dog needs?
Proteins, carbs, vitamins and minerals, so those are really important. Especially right now you may hear about grain-free diets. Carbohydrates, those grains are actually a really important part of their diet.
So how will a veterinarian be able to assess if my dog is getting proper nutrition?
Again, just kind of repeat there, glad we're being thorough here, but whether it be looking at the fur and making sure that the coat's really shiny and clean, also even talking about their teeth. Maybe we're on a wet food diet, but we need to transition to a kibble or a dry food diet to help kind of break up that tartar.
There's so many brands of dog food. How do I know what is the best one for my dog?
So all of them, have their components that are beneficial. I will say certain companies over others maybe do more research and make sure that their diets are formulated appropriately, let alone maybe even prescription diets that are formulated specifically for a certain pet and their conditions. As a whole, my preferences are Purina, Hills, and Royal Canin. They do the most research in my opinion.
When would my dog need a prescription diet?
So a prescription diet is kind of when conditions arise. Honestly, we can even sometimes use it as a preventative measure in some dogs, but usually when something's diagnosed. So for example, if we have joint issues, these have certain things like glucosamine and chondroitin in them that really help lubricate the joints. This is overweight management. It just kind of helps them feel full, but definitely maybe we worry about calories a little more for that. So maybe our diabetic or overweight patients. And then I already discussed these, calorie rich for puppies, etc.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.